Alright guys, Supreme Copy here. So usually I don't do like another Tuesday night breakdown on like a Op Tuesday, but we have a new login bonuses. We have Wish from the Mercury. So they're actually doing like a broadcast celebration login bonuses that is gonna last into the next 20 days. So that is actually quite good. Yeah, so could we potentially get like a unit from the Wish from Mercury already? Like is that like a hint? That'd be nice. I don't know. Like if they were to drop aerial skin them, I don't know. Just because I do want to see a little bit more as far as, let's say, sourcing material. I don't really know what's like the end goal for the unit, so that's why I do want it to be maybe a little bit longer, right? But other than that, we do also have a new standard unit. Before I go in that, there are some kind of bugs going on currently. So this one here. So currently, anything that you have to buy with real money, they are currently suspending it because they have some issues probably. So that's gonna be on maintenance. So everything where you're trying to click on, let's say buy horror chips, you want to buy some of your other packs, for example, those are canceled at the moment. You can't buy anything. So everyone is going free to play for the time being. So that's cool. But yeah, as for more or less like a way for them to compensate, they are going to be dropping the Grove Hangers XP6 times 6 here. So this one is only going to be effective for the free hanger just because of the fact that if people were not able to access the purchasing page, for example, they're not going to be able to get the course hanger here. So that's why this one is only going to be for the free one. So that's going to be a good, what is it, 300 if I recall? No. Is it 300, right? Yeah. Or is it 300 or 150? We get 300, no, we get 50 per day in terms of the normal, and then 6 times. So only, oh no, 300. There you go. I'm like, what is math with that quick seconds? I was like, oh my gosh. Let me do check real quick. Is it available at the moment? Just want to take a quick peep at this here. I'm pretty sure it should go live tomorrow if anything goes. But yeah, they don't really specify that it's like a compensation, but they are kind of making it like kind of is in a sense. Alright, so as for the standard unit, we have ourselves a Rika Z custom here. So this one being a standard unit, that means you do not have to summon for it because within a month later, you are going to be able to get it for free. So if you go over to the exchange per minute and then you click on this one, within a month or so, give or take, this one is going to be appear in this one here. So, and when this updates, not this week around, not next week. So whatever the last static unit, the static unit that came out, that's going to be added onto this roster. So this one, I would say roughly about November timeline. That's probably when we will have the Rickazy added onto the roster. So not bad overall. So let's take a look at the overall unit. Probably won't go into detail as far as the overall stat. Now I don't really care too much about the stat for the standard units over here, but we will definitely take a look into it, right? This one should be from the MSV version of the Shark's counterattack. So quite coincidentally, we do also have another one, the 100 Gundam from the same Shark's counterattack at MSV as well. So what a coincidence for this week. But let's take a look. So we do have 8 parts in total. So style wise, they're going to be a Spolo. So they're definitely not terrible at all. So vertex wise, we do have Ace Exclusive and then Transformer. As for the actual portrait, it's actually pretty good. The only concern is like you do have to activate Transformer, and then if you can fulfill that, you are going to be getting an all enemy EX good damage plus 30%. So that is going to be quite powerful. Moving over to the torso now. That are not that bad either. This one is pretty much going to be focusing specifically for that resistance. You guys can see that the beam and then the physical are quite high. So this one is a very reminiscent to the Venetia Liberta that came out as a Sokai unit like a few weeks ago. It's either like a Sokai or like a Gundam Fest limited unit. But that one has pretty similar stat distribution as this one. They pretty much neglect anything for the actual defense, but they went all in for the actual resistance. As for the actual shot, like the actual melee and shot offensive, they are actually pretty quite balanced. So I'm not sure why they went for that route because of the overall kind of vortex doesn't really support that in a sense, as we do go later down into the other parts. But this one can. You do have transformers, so you do get a little bit of a boosting for melee, so not the worst, right? This one is actually okay. We do have EXQ cooldown reduced by 20% when you are using a Saber category. So this one is definitely very easy to satisfy. But if we are talking about should I use this one or some of the older standard alteration that has alteration, I probably pick the one that has alteration. Give or take, some does actually have some pretty good part trait on both ends. Have this one and that has another maybe like a power boosting trait, so I'll definitely go for that one since this one just pretty much does not have an alteration for a very long time anyways. So but not bad. I'll definitely say that, you know, having a new part with those Akuda reduction type is actually not too terrible. And then moving over to the arm, we have we are not seeing any defense. Like why? Where's like where's my shot defense at? But as for the resistance, is continue going to be very well balanced. As for the overall melee and then shot, can't really give or take like how much, like let's say min or max for example, like just because as far as 7-star standard, we haven't really got like a whole lot. So even looking at this one, you can argue that it's pretty good. But the only thing that I would concern about is the fact that we have high resistance when they're not packing anything here. So it's gonna really hurt if you are using any of the, let's say, shot change gear, because you're not gonna be getting anything out of that. So this one does kind of force you into using that 35% resistant gear, which is it's not that it's bad, but you would probably need a whole lot more value added together like if you want to compare to just 40% straight out of your shot defense or melee defense, for example. This one's going to be on an EX skill. We do have the grenade launcher, DPS, and B plus power. So just your pretty generic stuff right there. As for the actual war tag, they are going to be going down to the mid-range section now. So ace exclusive and then mid-range. And then moving over to the leg, let's see what we have. So once again, no whatsoever of shot defense. Like why? What are we doing here? But the offensive side is a pretty well balanced, so 6k and then 5.6k for the melee and shots, and then armor is decently up there as well. Time-wise, Asus and then mid-range, and then as for the EX skill, we do have the beam gun here. So this one's gonna be another DPS B plus power split right there, so pretty good. As for the actual EX skill, I have not seen yet, so I don't know how it actually performs. So it may be good, it may be bad, but definitely do have to watch the EX skill video first before going too much into detail about that. But moving over to the backpack, we do have EX skill once again, and this one does have a little bit of sign of, you know, melee defense and then shot defense, so that's, you know, kind of good to see, right? As for the actual resistance, pretty good as well. Offensive side, pretty well balanced. As for the actual war tag, ace exclusive and then mid range once again. EX skill wise, so this one's gonna be a cussing EX skill, so that's good. How I know that? Because up there it says bindable, and this one is gonna be a rival combination. But this one is actually on a B melee, so I'm not sure. I'm not really sure if this one is gonna be like a split damage into both melee and shots. So since I'm not going to be pulling in it, so I'm probably not going to be able to test it until November timeline for say. But this one does actually boost both shots and melee, so respectively 19% and then 29%, and also does boost speed as well. So it's not bad overall. Definitely, I'm always up for new EX skills, so probably later on I'll definitely be getting it, either exchanging for it or luck out on those tickets they have been giving us since the 3rd anniversary. I still have not. I'm probably right now sitting roughly about 250 of those tickets, and like the standard capsule one, not the premium one. So if anything, I can just kind of, you know, go deep into that specific banner and see if I can pull anything. But without further ado, let's move over to the Beam Sabers now, and then let's see. Beam Saber, the stat are going to be a swallow. It's not bad for, you know, trying to go for a little bit of that shot as well. Melee is definitely pretty good, 14,000. As for the actual war tag, we do have basic suicide and then mid range. So Yeah, so this one is heavily. So this one mid range is definitely fine, but as for the actual build itself, it is definitely leaning towards an actual shooting base while mixing in a little bit of having a melee EX skill. So that is like, huh? What is going on? This one, as for the actual portrait, it is going to be boosting mid range. So when you have to activate it, you do get an initial EX skill charge boosted by 20%. So not bad overall. I mean, we do have a lot of those kind of languages as for the portrait already, so that's not like anything game breaking per se. Moving over to the rifle now, we do have the Ace exclusive for the Vortex and then Transformer right there. So okay, so like the fact that they're going back to Transformer. As the actual portrait, not really that good. This one is definitely going to be catered for your 3v3 specifically, just because you're trying to up your enemies' EX skill cooldown reduction. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'll be using it. In terms of any of the other content, not so much in a sense. I don't think it's really that needed. So moving lastly to the shield. Staff with shield has some defense. Like, okay, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, at least give us something, right? Like, but they don't. Like, why? At least give us some good style whatsoever. But portrait wise, we do have a shooting power boosted by 30%, so that is actually quite good. But I'll definitely love this one to either be like an actual EX skill boosted, just because of the fact that there is like an actual melee EX skill on this overall unit. So not sure why they didn't go for that route, but as for the actual war tag, we do have ace exclusive and then mid range once again, and that is gonna be pretty much it as for this overall unit. So it's not bad. It's just the fact that the stat distribution, it is a little bit wonky. It just wants you to probably lean more towards using just having some pretty good resistance while neglecting a lot of potential for the defensive stat. But do let me know how many of you guys are going to be summoning on the R Gigas here. Probably I definitely won't be summoning on it just because the fact this is a standard. I'll probably just wait it out. But with that being said, that is going to be pretty much it, and then I'll be catching you all on the next one.